Hey there, everyone. This is MC. I'm the executive director of Zeldathon. You may know me from being at every Zeldathon. One of my favorite moments in history was one time, I think it was several years back. No, actually it was pretty recent. Someone in our Zeldathon chat room, like on Twitch, was like, man, MC sure is at a lot of Zeldathons. And I'm like, yeah, all of them. I come to you today with some good news and some bad news, and many of you kind of already have a feeling probably just going into this what it's about. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to keep it very brief at the start, and then I'd like to talk a little bit more about it. So that way, for people with not much time, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But I ask if you have questions and things you want answered or you want to talk about it, watch the whole video first, because I'll probably touch on it then. So first of all, yes, right now, as many emails from CEOs have stated to me, we are in an unprecedented time in history where there is a pandemic going on, the COVID-19 coronavirus, and it is absolutely changing our lives very actively. I also work on other events such as the Runway Guys Coliseum, which was slated to happen in April. That's becoming an online-only event in a different way, and it's sad to see that type of stuff happen. And we didn't know if it was going to affect Zeldathon until we've been talking more. We've been seeing how things have been panning out and seeing like the general trajectory. And it's really hard to figure out what we want to do, but we did make the decision that Parallel Worlds, which was our upcoming event that we were going to do in June, is not able to happen. We have to delay it to next summer of 2021. So that's the bad news, and I'll explain my reasoning and why the directorial team came to that decision in a bit. But first, I want to make sure I share the good news, which is the Zeldathon team. We don't want to lie down and just say, all right, no event, let's just take the summer off. So we are going to do a 96-hour remote event in its place from June 5th to the 9th. So the 5th to the 6th, to the 6th, to the 7th, to the 8th, ending on the 9th. 96 hours, and we're going to be playing games, Zelda, non-Zelda. We're hoping to get our musical friends involved that have been long associated with the marathon. And, you know, we don't know what we're going to see yet. We're still in the process of kind of taking our schedule that we were almost ready to release for Parallel Worlds and seeing if there's stuff we want to take from that, or if we want to do new stuff, different stuff, things that might lend itself to the remote format. We're going to have more details announced very soon on Twitter. We'll probably also release a formal trailer here on YouTube. So please keep an eye out for this. It'll give you all the details, including the name. We don't have a name for it yet. It's not going to be something like, you know, like we've had Zeldathon Forces, Zeldathon Heals. It's not going to be a formal Zeldathon because, you know, it's not our main series. So we're gonna have it be like the Zeldathon team presents blank. We have some cool names in the works, but I don't want to say anything until we confirm it and agree on it. Now, just to give you a little bit more frame of reference, actually, you know what? Hold on. I got to do the important thing, which is right now we don't know how this is all going to affect us. We don't know. We're still in talks with our usual venue to see if we can get the venue canceled for that time period. We don't know what's going to happen there. We don't know if there's going to be extra fees or anything like that. If you're ever worried about, like, is Zeldathon going to be okay from this? The best thing I can say is don't worry about us. But if you really want to help out, there's something you can do. And that's purchase of the documentary. It's at zeldathon.net/doc. No, doc.zeldathon.net. doc.zeldathon.net. And you can get Money Making Game on Blu-ray or digital. If you get it on Blu-ray, you will get a digital code instantly. So that way you don't have to wait for the physical one to come in the mail. Mine is signed. Yours will not be. But that's that. So please pick one up if you want to. That would go a long way. And if it doesn't help out on anything, if we don't have any big expenses from the cancellation of Parallel Worlds, don't worry. The money will be being put into good things otherwise. So yeah, now let's talk a little bit about more specifics in case you are interested. Why is the big question? What makes us ready to cancel a Zeldathon event? You know, what led to that? And without getting too far into the weeds, into the details of it, our essential reasoning was we don't know what the situation with the coronavirus is going to be come the start of June. We might not have a good read on it until the middle of May. And at that point, if we made the decision to cancel it then, like it's like, it's a little bit dicey, let's just cancel it. That's not enough time for a lot of people to sort out their travel plans, their hotel plans, and us, our venue plans. That might not be enough time. It could suffer a lot of financial loss for members of our team, which we don't want to happen. It would be stressful for us to plan an entire event that doesn't happen as well, because by May, we would have to be deep into scheduling, deep into the production side of things, and we don't want to go into that unless we're totally ready. And on the inverse side, what if, it was green lighted? It was like, the CDC says, groups of under 100, go for it. You're probably fine, which is doubtful, but you never know. So, if that did happen, it was like, okay, Zeldathon could happen, but then it's too late in the game to fully confirm like our international guests. It's too late in the game to do this or that. So it's just, we didn't want to act on uncertainty and probability and predictions. We don't want to do that. We're trying to plan something big that's going to cost a lot of money to put on, and we want to do it right. And even more than that, we're raising money for Direct Relief, which is a charity that is helping extraordinarily with the coronavirus response, sending out the protective equipment, the PPE, personal protective equipment, out to many, many countries and, the states, everywhere, just trying to get as much out as we can. And so when we're donating to a charity like Direct Relief, we want to make sure we're practicing good practices ourselves, things that we would recommend others to do, in the place of Direct Relief. So it was important for us to heed those warnings early. We talked to Direct Relief about it. I work with them. So they said, yeah, no, it's it's the right call to make. So that's where we're at. And I guess the next question is, well, MC, why don't you just delay it till later in the year? And we did think about that as well. Like, could we push it to July, August, September? What could we do? And we realized that if we delay it a small amount of time, like a month or 2 months, we're going to get into the situation of we're still acting on uncertainty. We don't know what the situation will be. We don't know what the recommendations from the CDC and the World Health Organization are going to be. We don't know. So, we don't want to do a thing where like, it's delayed till July. And then July comes around, we say, actually, we are not even recommended to do it at all. So we have to cancel then. So we don't want to do that. But if we delayed it all the way to like October, November, it's now right up against Zeldathon Marathon 26, which is the return of Zelda, of course. So we didn't want to like put stress in on and time crunch on our team to try to produce 2 big events in that small amount of time. So we said, let's just push it back to summer 2021. We don't want to. It sucks, but it is the safe, secure, and best decision, was what we came to. And next comes up the idea of, well, why don't we do something still? We have a time slot and we have, Twitch is an online platform. Why can't we do everything online? Why can't we do Parallel Worlds online? And then our thinking kind of got into the area of, we want to do Parallel Worlds really right. We want that event, we want to make a big part of the Zeldathon identity going forward. We want it to be something that, like, you have Zeldathon and you have Parallel Worlds, and in between you have a little bit of Piece of Heart live series. So we don't want to have our first event of doing Parallel Worlds not go well. We want it to be everybody in action to the best of abilities with all of our equipment and our talent, and everybody feeling safe and secure. We don't want to do it, halfway there by doing it a remote event. But we said we do want to do a remote event. We should just probably not call it Parallel Worlds, and we probably shouldn't do 6 days. Let's do 4 days. We're going to have a fun time. We're going to get as many members of the Zeldathon team involved as we can, build a good schedule around a variety of content, musical performances, speed runs, casual runs, Zelda, non-Zelda, maybe some goofers. We don't really know. We don't really know yet what we want to do, because we are now, like, this decision was made on Friday and this video is coming out the following Wednesday. So we are starting from scratch. It's commonly been said that a Zeldathon event takes 7 months to plan, which is about right. But imagine we're now resetting in March for a event early June. So that gives us, you know, it's the end of March. We have April and May to plan it, 2 months. So we're going to do our best. We're going to put on a great show, and it's still going to benefit Direct Relief, which is going to work to help what's going on, the coronavirus, which is on the top of many people's brains at this point. I'm sure many of you are like, I'm in my bunker. I got my water. I got my Takis. You know, I'm nice and safe here. Nobody can hurt me. But we can do more. We can do more. We can help others. And, you know, it has to be on the top of our brains right now because everybody is part of this. Every single person. One bad decision by one person could mean one person gets infected. And that one person could infect many others. So it's important to us right now that we are practicing safe practices and being smart. For our remote event, we are going to have guests, like in terms of we're hoping to bring in some extra talent that maybe has never been on Zeldathon before, both playing games. We have a few people that we were going to invite over Parallel Worlds that I'm going to reach out to and say, hey, you were going to come out to Mars to do a run at Parallel Worlds. Would you be interested in doing something for Direct Relief at this remote event? And also, we're going to have remote commentators, maybe some people who haven't been part of the team before as well. But that's all up for the team to decide when they suggest their segments. Like if I say, you know, I live here only with my husband in my house, you know, we want to have like a third commentator. Maybe we could Discord in somebody, you know, and maybe they are or not part of the team. We're not sure. I mean, I'm making a theoretical, so lots of stuff up in the air. I'm saying it very confused-like because we are very confused. We're kind of starting from scratch. We have a good heading. We have a good idea. We have a good framework. We just need to build the building around the framework at this point, you know? So that's the core of it. That's what's going on. Kind of some bad news. I'm like very sad. This is the first time we will not be doing a full-size event in the summer ever. Like we haven't missed an event every 6 months. Every 6 months we've done a Zeldathon event, and this is the first time we're gonna miss it, and it's very sad. But you know, if it had to happen, I'm happy. It's now after our 10-year anniversary. This is a great opportunity for us to take the time that we need to do things right and head into Zeldathon 26 in December and head into Parallel Worlds 2021 in summer of next year. And do our best. I don't really have much more to say, except I'm very thankful to you for listening to this whole video. Thank you. To the Zeldathon community, for everybody who may or may not listen to this video and just gets the news via Discord at everyone or on Twitter. Without the community, we would be nothing. There's a whole section in the documentary about community that that I had a great time editing because it was something that was not in an early cut, and I was wondering if there was something missing from the documentary, and it was the scene about community, because the community is a huge part of why Zeldathon is as good as it is. It's the whole reason that we've raised as much as we have. So thank you to the community, and of course thank you to the Zeldathon team, and special shout outs to go out to the directorial committee. That's me, Campy, Liz, Silver, and recently added Clinkit. We've actually added a new assistant director following Zeldathon Forces, which we haven't really publicized, but Clinket's been helping out extraordinarily over the past year, and so we thought it was a good decision to bring her on. And we've been having to make some big decisions related to stuff like Parallel Worlds, and it's been great having them. But of course, huge shout outs to the whole team for being so supportive, so understanding of this decision, for having to work around, you know, changing their flight plans because some people booked early, and just being willing to say, all right, MC, no Zeldathon in summer. Let's do the best remote event we can, and that's all I can ask for as a director. It is having people willing to put their best foot forward, no matter the circumstances. So yeah, this has been MC. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna turn off this thing. I always have a hard time turning off the camera. I love to talk. So thank you for supporting Zeldathon. Thank you for being here. Documentaries at doc.zeldathon.net. Maybe we'll get more merch in soon. I had the hat ready to go, but I didn't really need it. Also, my head is huge, so I don't really look good in a hat. But it does say Zeldathon on it, so